Hivers. Welcome to Honeybee Stamping Hive, where creative buzz is always in the air. I am Tashana Lundy, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Florida, serving customers all over the United States. And today, we're working with the paper pumpkin. This is the June 2021 Expressions in Color paper pumpkin kit. I have already shown you an unboxing video and a demonstration in that video on what this kit makes, and here are the cards that we made that day. The kit makes 9 cards, 6 of them are regular size, and then 3 are note card size. So that is 5 by 3.5. Okay, so that's what the kit made. And I made a couple of alternates, but we'll show you those again in a recap at the end of the video. So let's get into the buzzworthy business of the day. So we have our adventure, the Adventure Begins paper pumpkin kit for the month of July. You have until July 10th to subscribe to get this particular paper pumpkin kit. You can go to my website at honeybeestampinghive.com to find the link to the paper pumpkin so that you can subscribe. And the link will also be in the description of this video, okay? Next up, we have the kit collections. These kits can only be found online in the online store. So if you go to shopwithshana.stampinup.net, you'll go to that's my online store, or you can go to my blog at honeybeestampinghive.com, and there's a link that says shop, and that's where you can find the kit. Here's our monthly host code for the month of June. If you were placing an order with me, I would appreciate it if you use this host code. And that can also be found on my blog or on my Facebook page at Honeybee Stampin' Hive. Lastly, we have be a part of my team. Yay! Join Stampin' Up and be a part of Honeybee Stamping Hive. To join, it is $99 plus tax. Shipping is free. But for that $99, you'll get to choose $125 worth of products. Anything of your choice in any of the active catalogs. You'll also get a business supply pack and a paper pumpkin kit. Okay, that is all the business for the day, so let's get rid of that and let's go ahead and get into making our project. I did not pre-make this because it's a 3D project and it has a lot of pieces. So let's go ahead and get into what we have here. So from the kit, only thing I'm using from the kit are these 2 card fronts. I cut them off. So we're using these 2 card fronts. They are 4 inches by 5.5. Then we have some fresh freesia. And we have 2 pieces here that are 4 by 5.5. Then we have 5.5 by 5.5 inch a square. Then we have 2 pieces that are 6 inches by 3, I believe. Yes, 6 by 3 inches. We have 2 of those. Then we have one that is 5.5 by 2 3/4. No, this is 5.5 by 2.5. Then we have a 3 by 3 and a 1 15/16 by 2 15/16. And then we just have a little scrap for some die cutting. Okay, so what we're going to do is get our Simply Score, and we're going to start scoring the pieces that need to be scored. So let me see, this one needs to be scored, these 2, this one, and that is it that needs to be scored. So let's get out our scoreboard. Whoops, extra pieces there. Let's put those back. Get out our scoreboard. Let's start with the 5.5 by 5.5 inch square. Get our scoring tool, and we're going to score this at 1 1/4 and 3 1/4. Let me turn this so you can see, make sure you can see what I'm doing. So that is at 1 1/4 and 3 1/4. That's it. That one is done. On a 3 by 3, we're going to score it at 1/2 inch, turn it 180, 1/2 inch. That scoring is done. Okay, now on the 3 by 6 pieces, we're going to score those on the 6-inch side. Let me make sure I get this right. We're going to score it at 1 3 3/4 and 5 5/8. Then we're going to turn it to the 3-inch side and score it at 1/2 inch down both sides. And you're going to do that to both pieces. Okay, so that is all of our pieces scored that we need scored. So I'll go ahead and get rid of that. I'm still going to need my scoring tool though. Okay, let's see here. We have on these, we're going to do some measuring and cutting. So I have some of the, what is this called? This is the mini grid paper that coordinates with the Stamparatus. So what we're going to do is get a pencil and we're going to make some marks on here. So we're going to take this and line it up, and we're going to make a mark at 1 1/4 here along the long side. Then we're going to turn it and make a mark at 1 1/4 here. Just getting it lined up. So we want to do that on both sides at the bottom here. So again, line this up at 1 1/4. And then at 1 1/4 on this side as well. Okay, that's all we needed that for. And you have get a ruler and connect these dots. Okay, so that's all we have to do with this. And we're going to get a pair of long scissors and just cut it. Now you don't have to draw that line if you're comfortable with cutting from dot to dot, but you guys know I can't even glue straight, so I am not going to try to cut straight without a line. Okay, so that's what we're going to do with that. We're going to do that to both pieces, but I'm only going to do this measuring once, because now I can just take this piece, line it up, and use it as a guide. Okay, but before we do that, we're going to take one of our card fronts. Oh my goodness, you guys look. Can you see this? It looks like a little teddy bear or a dog or something. Can you see that? It looks like 2 little eyes there. Looks like 2 little eyes and a nose. This is the head with the little ears. Look. Oh my goodness. I like finding shapes and things like this. That's cute. Okay. Anyway. So we're going to glue this on here and then just cut it to match. Okay. So let's get some glue, and we're going to put the glue on this particular piece. This is going to be the back of our purse that we're making. Oh, and let me tell you where I got this design from, because this is not my original idea. I wished I was this talented and creative. This idea for this purse came from Angelina at Intertwined Designs. She is doing a birthday extravaganza, and this is one of her projects that she made. But her project uses bigger paper like she used designer series paper. So it was like, I think 6 by 4. And I wanted to use these card fronts, so I had to do it 5.5. So I had to make her purse the way she made it, and then deconstruct it and make it for the sizes that I wanted. Okay, I just want to line this up. I want to get it lined up here. And I put the glue on the cardstock so that way it won't be any adhesive here, because we have to cut that part away. Okay, so where are my scissors? And we'll just trim that up. This is going to be such a cute little purse. Okay, so what else do we need to do? We're going to do the same thing to this, but we're going to wait a second on that. What we're going to do now is go ahead and prepare these pieces that we have scored. So let's go ahead and burnish all of these fold lines. Okay, now that we have all of these burnished, we're going to do a little bit of cutting. So on this piece here, we're going to cut away on this larger end. See, one end has this little skinny piece. On the one that has the larger rectangle, we're going to cut this small rectangle away. And you want to make sure you completely remove that score line. And on this side, we're going to just angle it a bit. Okay, then down here, we're going to remove these squares here. On both sides. So you want to angle cut on this side and on this side. And then we're going to do the same thing and take a notch out of here. So what I like to do is just fold it over, notch it at a little angle, and you'll have this. And we're going to do that to both pieces. Okay, so we got that all done. Get the scraps out of the way. And we're going to go ahead and get our Stampin' Pierce mat, because we have some more measuring to do. So we're going to take our ruler again, and from on this tip here, we're going to measure 1 inch. Put the ruler at the end of here because we're measuring on this piece, which is 2 inches, I believe, yes. And we are going to make a mark here at 1 inch. Probably should have made the mark at and then we're going to do a 1/2 inch down from that 1 inch. Okay, right there. You want it to cross. And what I'm going to do is take your pick tool, and I'm just going to press a hole all the way in there. And what I want to do is push it all the way through, because I want my hole to be that big. Okay, then we're erase our pencil lines because we don't want that there. And instead of measuring for this one, what we'll do is just line them up, because they should be perfectly the same size. We don't even really need to make a mark. We can just poke it that way. And we're going to push that all the way through. Turn it a little bit, try to open that hole up. Okay. That's all we needed that for. So let's go ahead and glue some pieces together. No, actually, we need to do some die cutting. So let me get the big boss out here. And where's my small little paper that I showed you. It's just like a scrap. Here it is. This little rectangle piece. This is, did I tell you this is Fresh Freesia, this cardstock color. This is one of the new in colors. So I've already gone ahead and put some adhesive sheet on the back of this because we're going to be die cutting a tiny piece and I don't want to have to put glue on it. And I'm going to be using a piece from the tailored made tag dies, the little piece that goes here. So we have that here. We only need 2, but it cuts out 4 at once. So we'll just do that. And I know this could have went through the mini, but I need the big one for the next thing we're going to die cut. So I just thought I might as well just use this one. Okay. So we have those pieces. So let's put that to the side. And we're going to take our 5.5 by 5.5 inch square. And we're going to take another die. And this one comes from the Basic Border Dies. And on Angelina's purse, she used this one here. And it's gorgeous. But I wanted to do mine a little different because I don't want to just copy hers completely. So I'm using the curved one. And they're stitched. And I love it. So what I need to do is line this up to get this straight on here the way I want to try to get it where it has about the same amount on both sides hanging off, and try to center this curve. And that looks pretty good to me. And I have some washi tape over here, so I'm just gonna stick some washi tape on so it doesn't go anywhere. I reuse my washi tape, so it looks a little rough, but it gets the job done. Okay, so now we're just going to run this through. And please pay attention, I am cutting this on the larger side, not on the little narrow side here, okay? Because this is going to be our purse flap. Okay, we have that all die cut. Let me re-burnish these fold lines because once it ran through, it gets kind of flattened out. So I want to re-burnish them. Okay, so that is our flap, and that's all the die cutting we need to do. Now let's see. I wanted to do some gluing, right? So we're going to take these 2 pieces that we made the holes on. Take your pick tool to get our pieces out. We only need 2. And we are going to, let's see. Yeah, we're going to just add these as reinforcers for the holes, because that's where we're going to put some ribbon through to be our handle, our strap, I should say. Excuse me if I get any part of me inside of the frame, but I have to see. Okay, just line that up right over the hole. Yep. That's just for reinforcement. Redoing that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start gluing some stuff together. Where is my silicone mat? Not that I should make a mess, but you know me. It is possible. So we're going to take our 3x3 that we scored at 1/2 inch on each side, and we're going to glue these to it, just like this. So these little small flaps, we're just going to glue them right there like that. And I am going to use tear and tape as well as some liquid glue. The tear and tape is for the instant quick hold, and the liquid glue is for the movement to get it in place. Okay, let me burnish this down. And I should have added my tear and tape along here before I did all the cutting, but that's okay. We'll get it done. So I'm going to add liquid glue so that I can make sure I get this in place before it sticks down. And yes, I'm going right over that tearing tape. Make sure you get it right up to the edge of that score line. And we're just going to take it, line it up, make sure these score lines match up. And there we have that. You know what? I should have angle cut this, the 3x3. It just helps it bend better. So do that on yours before you put it together. It'll be a big help. Okay, now we're just going to do the other side. We're just going to check on the back that we got that lined up good. Okay, and while we have this here, we're going to go ahead and add some tearing tape. And I want to put a little strip of tearing tape on all of these little sections. Okay, we have that done. Now let's see, what is the next step? Let's go ahead and do our other piece like this. Now that we have our flap cut, we can take our piece. This is going to be the inside, so we're going to take it and we're going to butt it up to this score line right here from the front of the flap. Make sure it's in there. You want to not go all the way across the score line. You want it to be just under that score line so it can fold easy. Okay, we're just going to lay that down, and we want to make a mark in the center of this flap, as center as you can get it, as central as you can get it, about right here. So I want to put a little pencil mark right there, and that is just to tell me where I'm going to put my magnet. So I have some magnets. I don't remember. I got them on Amazon. They're very strong magnets. I mean, like really strong. Can you look? Connect it back. Oh goodness. Okay, I got two. Let me move these out of the way so that it won't jump at them. And some glue dots. So I'm gonna, where's my take your pick tool? Get this. We're gonna glue dot one of these right there. Okay, and what I like to do, let me put this magnet right here so I won't misplace it. What I like to do with this is get a sticky strip. This is just, you don't have to do this. This is just what I do because I want to make sure that that is not going anywhere. And we want to put, this is just for me as well, I want to put a mark right here that this is the top of our purse. And I'll erase that in a minute. So we're going to get our other card front from the paper pumpkin kit, and we're going to glue this to this. So that's the top. We want our little dog or bear looking animal there at the bottom so it'll match the other side, the back side. Try to get this lined up as good as possible, especially here at the bottom. And we're gonna just take our bone folder and make sure that it's stuck down together. I can see that we're moving. just a bit. Make sure that glue sticks. Okay, so we're gonna take this one and turn it this way and line it up with this one so that we can cut it. So they'll be even. Okay, so now we just have to remember the one with the lump, that's our front. Okay, so we can go ahead and start putting things together now so it can come together as a purse. So what we're going to do is go ahead and glue these right onto here. So the middle of this part here is going to glue to this middle piece, which was the 3x3. Okay, so let me find my, where did I, okay, get my silicone mat. We're going to remove the backing of that tear and tape and put some liquid glue right over it and make sure you get up to the score line. I like to fold those tabs in so that I can see exactly where I'm putting this. And again, excuse any of me that should not be in the camera. I'm going to try to line that up as good as we can. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, and while I have it in this flat position, I like to stamp my project. So I'm going to go ahead and get my stamp that has my name and my website on it, and I'm going to stamp right on top of that. And I am going to use Gorgeous Grape. This will be the only stamping in the whole project. So that is the front. So I want my logo to go this way. I'm just going to stamp right on it. Stampin' Up used to sell these. You can personalize some stamps, and this is what I got. So I like to do that while the project is still flat, because I stamp on the back of my cards as well. So now we're just going to glue these pieces up like this. Okay, so before we do that, we're going to get that what was it, the 1 15/16 by 2 15/16. We're going to get that piece. And we're going to just put it right over here because it's going to cover up the inside. So when you're looking inside the purse, you don't see all of this. So let's just add some adhesive to that and glue that down. And it's a 1/16 inch shorter all the way around so that it doesn't impede the sides and the front and back from folding up properly. Okay, let's just burnish this with our bone folder to make sure it gets a good adhesion. Adhere that down really good. Okay, so now we're going to do these, and we're going to work at one side at a time. And we're just going to do this all the way on both sides up this, the front and the back. Okay, everything we do to the one side, we're going to do to the other. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do these at the same time. Just line them up. Make sure that top is lined up and press it. just like that. And we'll do the same thing on this side. Then we'll bring these in, okay? Okay, we have everything adhered there now. So we can move on to the next step. So we're gonna take our purse flap and we're gonna add some tear and tape to the back of the short, smaller rectangle there, okay? Now this one, I do wanna make it a little longer because I want to make sure this really sticks, because this is the part that's going to be moving a lot. I'm going to burnish this going both ways, that score line. Okay, so let's find our front. This is the front because I can feel the magnet. And we're just gonna sit this here. To make sure everything's lining up properly, and it is. Okay, so we're gonna take our other magnet and we're gonna let it catch to where it needs to go. Get our glue dots, and we're gonna put a glue dot right on that magnet. Okay. Then we're going to peel off the backing. Uh-oh, did I stick it? Oh, yeah. Oop, there goes the back. Okay, so we're going to take our flap again and line it up. And what we want to do is catch it to that glue dot that's in there, on there rather. Nope, it didn't catch. Let's do it again. I just want to press it to make sure that glue dot it grabs so that it's on this side, okay? So remember we had a piece that was 5.5 by 2.5. We're going to take that and we're going to glue it to cover up our magnet on the inside. And then we'll just trim that off, okay? So let's do that. Get me some tear and tape. Put over our magnet. Okay. We're going to take our snips. No, because I have glue on this. I don't want to do that with my snips and ruin them. I have some older Stampin' Up scissors that I will use. Just be real careful when you're cutting this, not to cut into your flap. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do next is add some ribbon to this. And I have 16 inches of the Evening Evergreen chevron weave ribbon. And we're gonna just feed this through these little holes that we made. So let me see, just press the ends, press it in if it'll go. Nope, it's just picking it up. Let me see if I can use this. It's making a hole. Okay, I'll just fold it over. There we go. And we're gonna take this and we're gonna glue that in here, just a little piece, just like that. So we're gonna take some more of the tear and tape. We're gonna push it up, not down. I'm just gonna put a piece of tear and tape right across it to hold it. Make sure you burnish it. And we're gonna take this handle to the other side, making sure that it's not twisted. Then we're gonna just stick it into this side of the hole over here. And do the same thing. Get some tear and tape. Check the handle again that it's not twisted. Just stick that across there and burnish it. Okay. So where are my scissors? Because I want to cut these strings off. Whoop. Don't unravel it, just cut it. Because I don't want it to interfere with that fold. Okay, so get that out of there. Let's remove the backing. Where's my take your pick to? Because I want to make sure I don't peel up the ribbon. Remove the backings from both sides. And we're going to put some glue on these flaps here. Be very generous. And these are going to hide the fact that we stuck our ribbon in there. So you won't see that. Just make sure we pull it, make sure it's in there all the way, and fold it over so that it will be held down. Okay. So that's the bottom of our purse put together. Uh-oh, did I twist it? You guys, I think I twisted it. There we go. Okay, so that's that. Now, what are we gonna do? We're gonna put a handle, because this is the strap. We're gonna put a handle on here. Now for the handle, I have a piece of fresh freesia that is 7 inches by 1 inch, and I decorated it with some pieces that I cut off of the card front onto some Evening Evergreen. And I'm not sure what size that is. I just kind of cut it to the width of those papers. But I did score this at 3/4 inch on each side of the, on each end of the strap here. And I corner round it using the detailed corner punch. So we're just gonna put this onto here, like right in the middle. And what I did was took my bone folder to kind of encourage it to curve. So we're gonna add some more tear and tape. Just a little piece. That's all you need. Because again, we're gonna add liquid glue. we're going to try to get this right in the middle here. Glue that down. Try to place that right in the middle, right to the edge. This is what I'm doing. Try to make sure they're somewhat even as Shauna can get it. And I'll burnish that adhesive down to make sure it's nice and stuck. Okay. And then we're going to remove this piece. I probably should have did this beforehand, before I put the handle on, but that's okay. We are going to add some adhesive to this back piece here. And we want to go just under the score line, because some of that score line will be peeking up above the purse so that it can fold over properly. And I want a lot of adhesive on this piece because, again, this is the one that has to hold the flap on to the purse after each opening and closing. So we want to make sure that really sticks. Let's find the front of our purse, which is right here. We're going to let that magnet grab hold. Make sure everything's lined up. We're going to fold that down. Make sure it's lined up really good here. And then we're going to open it. Yes, I definitely should have put the handle on after this part, because now I can't get in there to press that down. And see how you can see I didn't push it all the way down, because we need part of that to stick up. Okay, so now comes the decoration, because this is the purse together. It's so cute. Okay, so I have some bling that I'm going to use. We're going to be using the pastel pearls, and they have gorgeous grape, Highland heather, rococo rose, and seaside spray. And the Highland heather to me kind of looks like it could be the fresh freesia. So we're going to put one right here. Whoop, it stuck to the glue on my finger. It's stick here. Put one right in the middle there on both sides. And I'm gonna just open it so I can press them down. Okay. And then I have a piece from the kit. So I have this piece of vellum here, and what I'm gonna do is cut out this one little rose right here, okay? The rose and probably the stems that's on the side. Okay, now that we have that done, we're gonna take this, get our silicone mat again. We're gonna flip it to the back side, and we're gonna color it. So I'm gonna take my dark polished pink, because that's the other color that coordinates with this kit. And we're gonna color this flower. This, I guess it's a rose. It looks like a rose to me. So we're gonna color that in. Okay, once you finish that, we're gonna get the evening evergreen, the dark, and we're gonna color the leaves. Okay, now that is done. It needs to dry a bit, and then it'll be ready to be put onto the front of our purse. And to do that, I have a sponge here, a quarter of a sponge or a piece of a sponge. I'm not sure how much, but I keep it in a little plastic baggie. And we're going to take our adhesive, our liquid glue, and just put some right here on our silicone mat. You want to be generous, because I found that the liquid glue does not show as much if you put it all over the back of the vellum, because it's everywhere. You can't really tell that it's even on there. Just be careful not to move your piece, because you don't want to get glue on the front side of it. Use that to hold it down. Okay. Whoops. We got that done. So we're just going to go ahead and adhere this right to the over the magnet. Okay. Just going to put that right over the magnet. Uh-oh, I tore it a little bit. And then we're going to add some more of these to the front of the flap. Then we'll do one right here in the middle. And that is our purse done. Isn't it cute? You know what? I wanted to make this a little flatter, so it'd be like a handle, like that. Not so rounded. Isn't that cute though? I love this. This is super cute. A lot of stuff can fit in there. That's a pretty big purse. Thank you, Angelina from Intertwined Designs, for this wonderful, wonderful idea. Okay, now let me show you, because I did tell you I was going to show you the other alternate cards that I made using this kit. Although they are on my blog, I know a lot of people just watch the videos and don't go to the blog. So I'm going to show you the ones that I shared on my blog. Let's move everything out of the way so we can have, so I shared this one, and when I shared it, I did not have this stamped on it. And after I shared it, and I thought, it looks a little plain down there. It's too much blank space. Then I stamped these on there, and now I don't like it. I should have left it blank. So if you want to see it blank, go to my blog post and you'll see that. And on that day, I think I posted this one and this one. I used the Merci. Uh-oh, we're missing a sequence from somewhere. Right here. Those sequins came in the kit. Okay, and these tiny ones, they did not come in the kit. That is from the Expressions and Ink ephemera pack. So they have some of these same sequins, but they're smaller. Okay, and then this was the last two that I shared, these two here. And again, I'm using some of the pieces from the Expressions and Ink ephemera pack. And I also used the, what is it called? Picture This Dies. Some of the trim here, what is this called? The metallic trim. And the gilded gems, I think they're called. And I also used the symmetrical stems border punch to get these little gold leaves there. So now I use the gold foil paper as well. Okay, so those are my alternates for this what is it? The Expressions in Color June 2021 paper pumpkin kit. You guys know I always love it when I can make a 3D project. And Angelina really did outdo herself on this one. I love this purse because it's nice and big and I love the shape. Okay, that is all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for buzzing by the Hive today. Until next time, buzz you later.